My beautiful, gorgeous bride, best friend,
Good morning.
soulmate, business partner, Chantel, and we are the Amish Matchmakers by reputation only. We actually have we do not come from the Amish. We just help the Amish to get godly spouse. We help Amish singles to find godly spouses, marry them, create an epic marriage, and then develop their legacy rooted in faith and freedom. That's our heart. We want you to experience freedom at a whole nother level in your life, in your relationships, in your business. I'm excited for this morning. Thanks for joining me, babe. I love you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
It's good to have you. I'm glad I got up this morning. It was a little questionable, but Papa, God got me out of Abba, Father, got me out of bed. With a blessing, with a promise of, if you're willing to get up, do it again. I'm willing to fill your nets full. I want to bless you and bless those that work with you. And just recognizing and knowing that that's what he does. And we've seen it so many times in our lives. So many times.
Yeah.
So, share with us, wise one. I'd love for you to share your word from this morning. We did our Epic 30. And you know what? Actually, as an example to you guys, we do our Epic 30s every morning. But I would love for both of us to share our word.
Oh, you got my phone.
Oh, your phone. You need your phone for what? You need to. Wow. Let me show you something. Let's see if it's helpful. We got a. What were you looking at? She knows what she's doing. We got notes here. All right. So, what we're going to do is we've been talking to you all about how to love yourself well, right? The men. I got out of bed this morning because Papa said, like Yeshua told Peter, I felt Papa speaking to me saying, do it again. Do it again, Carlos. Do it again. And I said, I've been working all night. Right? You ever feel that way? I'm exhausted. You want me to do it again? I did it already a million times, but guess what? I love the wisdom of Alex Hermosi and Layla Hermosi when they say it's really in the repetition.
They say, fuck your mood, follow the plan.
That's right. Emotions, screw those emotions and do it anyways. Do it anyways. That's what sound mind is, to be able to do it anyways when you don't feel like doing it. And so God, Papa, encouraged me this morning. Abba, he said, do it again. And I said, okay. And I got up and I shared with the men that. And so, again, part of what we do every day, I know every weekday, is we do what's called an Epic 30 as a family, as a couple. And so I think it'd be great for us to do it as an example to you guys as we, what we do is we journal. We've already done our journaling, get a word back, and then we write out our word back from Papa, and then we also write out some GWs, and then we verbalize it. And I think I'd like to do that for you today, an example of what we do and how we do it of the Epic 30. You can see it if you go to epicyourlife.com, or if you go over to our school group, subscription-based school group, you will find a place for you to be able to download the process. It's a it is a process that we, again, know works. It's worked for us, and it's worked for thousands of other people that we've introduced you to, and then we've had other people introduced to other people, and it just snowball. We'd love for it to be an activity for every household in the world. Seriously, every house on the planet, every home, every family, to do this together every day. Connect with Papa God and connect with others. Self and others. Papa, self, others. That's the power of Epic 30. So we're going to do it as an example to you. Good job, babe. Wow. Can y'all see that? That's pretty awesome. It's roaring now. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I love that as a sign. It's not even a bunch of paper or stuff in there. That's just pure wood. Going for it. You got some nice hot coals in there. You left it open for some oxygen to get in there. Woo! I like it. See the wisdom of this woman. All right.
I like fire.
Yeah, me too. Fire. Okay. So I'm going to start it. I'm going to let you finish it because I'm going to let you be the main one to finish on this part of this. So Epic 30, again, the process is to release by journaling, receive word of wisdom from Papa by doing a random Bible search. We choose the digital one 99% of the time, but this still works too. Just randomly grab it, open it. But we enjoy the digital way. There is literally a website that says random Bible search. And then the third thing is to give. Release, receive, achieve. But the achievement is taking action and giving. So when you give, release, receive, and then give to others, you will achieve great things by giving it to others. And you'll influence and impact others. Were you going to say something?
No, it's hot.
Oh, you got hot now?
Mhm.
Oh, yes, you are very hot. I agree. So we journaled already, got a letter back from Papa, and this is it. It says, Carlos, my son, defend the rights of the poor and the needy. One road to victory. Proverbs 31:9. Super powerful.
That's not what it says. One road to victory.
Yeah, but that is what, when you do a deep dive into it, it's talking about defending and standing up and giving a voice to the poor and the needy.
Well, explain how you get there, because what does the verse say?
Well, okay, I'll read it directly since you requested.
Because it's important, that we don't just take things at face value, especially biblically speaking, right? So,
So it says, literal words, this is now the amplified version. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and administer justice for the afflicted and needy. So when I did a deep dive on it, it talks about how we help them have a voice when they don't have the confidence to be able to communicate. We communicate on their behalf, and we help them not by giving them fear and doubt. I spoke about Peter this morning to the men and how Peter had fear and doubt. And that doubt, when you look it up, it means you have two options. Look, when you are confident and direct, what did Jesus say? There's only one way to the Father, and that is through him. That's so powerful that Yeshua said that. There's only one way to the Father. Many ways to God. Let's just say that. But only one way to a Father, and that's through him as the Son. And it's super awesome. Some of you will catch that. Some of you won't, whatever. Point is that that's what gives you access to the Father is through Yeshua. One road, one way. And that's what brings blessings. That's what brings results. That's what brings fruit, is to go. Go this way. And we know the way because we've done it many, many times. We've helped many, many other people to get results by going this way. And so that's what's confidence and strength and communicating on behalf of those who cannot, is to say, this is the way, let's go. Here's one road. And so that's why it says one road to victory, like it's real through Yeshua. But the process is what's powerful of knowing and making a decision and going down that road, the road that gets results. And so, yeah, that's my word from Papa, Proverbs 31:9, and what his letter back to me said. Now I'm going to do my GWs. And the order we do it is what we believe is order of honor, which is very empowering. So we start with Papa, self, others. And of course, that others order of honor as well. My wife being top of that honor after God and self. I know that might be weird for you to say self, but it's true. God, Papa God said to.
The theme this week is loving ourselves.
That's right.
This is a practical example.
That's right. Amen. Thank you. So I'm grateful to you, Papa, for your word, your revelation, your encouragement to throw the net over like you encouraged Peter. Thank you for encouraging me, Papa. I'm super grateful for that this morning. And you reminding me of that. And Papa, you are worthy of love and affection from your children at deeper levels. You are worthy of them knowing you as Papa, as Abba, as Father, and not being embarrassed of that or thinking it's weird, but yet confident in that, knowing you as a Father, as a good Father, one that loves us and yokes with us. Now I'll move on to Carlos, myself. Carlos, I'm grateful for your leadership. I'm grateful for your hard work ethics and your willingness to do it again. Carlos, you are worthy of results. You're worthy of nets that are so full, it takes two boats and so full that it's sinking those two boats too. That's how full it is. Can't even pull the nets out. Thank you. I received that. It's a very important part of it. Say thank you, I received that, because I'm speaking that of what I'm worthy of, seeing the multitudes come and be transformed and changed. Yes, I receive that. Thank you. I receive that. Yes and amen. Now I'm going to transition to Chantel. Chantel, I'm grateful for your beautiful, beautiful spirit, beautiful mind, your wisdom, your heart, your shalom, Mama Shalom, your amazing ability to bring peace and grounding and hope in the midst of light and life in the midst of darkness. I'm grateful for how you love, how you believe, how you support. And you are worthy of next level of results, next level of abundance. You're worthy of our children shining brightly and being shining conquerors like you are and like we are. You are worthy of just all your heart's desires, because your heart is so good and so powerful. I love and appreciate you, my queen.
Thank you. I received that. I love you.
Yay! And then we cheer after each person's done. It's kind of just a cute little thing that Hazar, our daughter, started, and we kept doing it. But okay, now then, I'll pass it over to my bride.
Okay.
Share with hers.
So my letter to the Father was really, asking for some confirmation on some decisions being made and, things. Sorry, I'm hot. How'd that go? So, my letter was really just looking for confirmation, wisdom in how to move forward and whatnot. And so it's interesting. And this is why, it's important that we dig in a little bit deeper, right? So my verse that I got back was 1 Peter 5:8. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour.
Yeah.
So, at first glance, that can be like, oh, man, sounds like that's not a confirmation. That's a warning, right? And that's the initial, if I go back to high control religion and what was taught from the pulpit, or, you know what I mean? That would be a verse that would be used as a warning.
Very true.
So, and this is why not only is it important to look deeper, but the context of the times matters, right? So Peter is writing to believers who are stepping into leadership, carrying responsibility, stewarding influence, and walking out calling under pressure. So that's who Peter was talking to. This verse comes immediately after Peter talks about humility, casting anxiety on God, trusting God's care, and standing firm in faith. So this is not a warning meant to scare you.
Come on, don't shrink back.
It's meant to sharpen you.
Whew.
So when we break it down, be alert, okay? This is not panic. This is awareness.
Okay.
So there's so much wisdom there, right? We all need to be aware of what's happening. Pay attention. Don't drift. Don't move unconsciously. Don't ignore subtle shifts. Well, that means we're conscious, we're intentional, we're strategic, right? There's wisdom, and that's what he's saying. So, in regards to business stuff, don't build tired, don't ignore red flags, and don't move just on emotion or excitement alone. Okay, emotion can be panic, emotion can be fear, emotion can be anxiety, overwhelm, or it can be excitement, and where we choose to not see any kind of red flags, where we just move because we're excited, it looks good, it sounds good, it feels good, right? So it's just to be aware, it's and of sober mind. Sober means clear thinking, grounded discernment, regulated emotions, not impulsive.
Come on.
And not driven by fear or fantasy. Okay. So this is the wisdom that is coming. So a God-given opportunity still requires wisdom, structure, boundaries, and pacing.
So good.
So then we go to the part where it says, your enemy prowls like a roaring lion. Notice the language, like a roaring lion, not is one. A lion roars to intimidate, distract, create panic, to separate prey from the herd. Roaring is noise, not power. Okay. So in seasons of expansion, new vision, new provision, doubt gets louder. Okay. Fear speaks up. Old wounds resurface, like our triggers that we talk about. Sabotage tries to sneak in. When we talk about loving ourselves, that sabotage is a big one. That when we have the echoes of fear and doubt, it really that sabotage comes in, and those are it requires a little bit of humility to recognize, oh yeah, that was me sabotaging that. That was my shit.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, so good.
So comparison creeps up. Exhaustion whispers rush or quit. Okay. If, Carlos was just talking about Peter working all night.
Yeah.
And, there's that. It's like emotional.
It's real.
But there's that, Yeshua is saying, Peter, just throw the net on the other side one more time. I know you're exhausted, right? I know you've been trying all night. You've been working all year. You've been trudging through the last 5 years. Don't quit.
Yeah.
Throw the net on the other side,
We
right?
never lose if we never quit.
That's the roar. The looking for someone to devour. Devour doesn't mean destroy your life. It means drain your peace, steal your clarity.
Yes.
Fracture unity, right?
Wow.
In marriage, it can be something that, is coming between you and your spouse. Exhaust your body, push you into burnout, or pull you into fear-based decisions. Okay. That going back to, again, allowing our emotions to rule our decisions. So what is Papa actually telling me in this? Yes, this is a gift and it's worth stewarding well. Move forward, but don't move rushed.
Come on.
Stay grounded, stay connected, stay clear.
Yes.
Guard your peace, your body, your marriage, and your discernment as you build. So, this verse isn't a stop sign. It's like a dashboard. It's just awareness of knowing what is happening. It's Papa saying, I trust you with this. Stay awake, stay regulated, and don't let fear or fatigue drive.
Come on.
Right? So essentially, this verse is telling me how to build practically and spiritually, right? Build with clarity, not adrenaline. Check alignment regularly, body, marriage, peace.
Yes.
Invite counsel, not noise. Okay? Not the naysayers, not the fear and doubt mongers in your life. Okay? Pace yourself.
Right.
Gifts from God don't require burnout. Stay rooted in trust, not pressure. So the bottom line is this opportunity were dangerous, the message would have been a don't go instead of the message go wisely.
Come on.
So basically, that was the Father telling me that's confirmation with stewardship. So for me, it was a really powerful. I've been a little bit emotional this morning because, we spoke directly to my need, what my mind, my body, my spirit needed in this moment, and in what I was asking for. So
Love that.
That was really powerful for me. So then I'll go into my GWs. Papa, I'm grateful for your wisdom. I'm grateful for your guidance, your love. I'm grateful for your covering, and you're worthy of my deep seeking. You're worthy of my pursuit and my trust and my action.
Yes.
And then I move on to Chantel. I'm grateful for your love. I'm grateful for your diligence and your steadfast pursuit of goals and dreams and bigger picture vision. I'm worthy of knowing and feeling confident in all these decisions and forward motion, and I'm worthy of your shalom, Papa, in all things. I'm worthy of our children thriving. I'm worthy of my health and fitness goals. I'm worthy of seeing the lives of each and every client that we have flourish in freedom and faith and being transformed. Carlos, I'm grateful for your love, your dedication. I'm grateful for your leadership, your wisdom. Grateful for your humility, your handsome smile. And you're worthy of, knowing, trusting, and believing, Papa, in all of the wisdom of, the blessings of throwing the net on the other side. You're worthy of, reaping the harvest of diligent pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
And, the not quitting and the trust in knowing that he is guiding you in all of these different scenarios. And you're worthy of your health and fitness goals, your six pack.
Yes.
You're worthy of an amazing trip to the orphanage, and all of the abundance, the compound effect. I love and appreciate you.
Thank you, love. I received that. Love you.
Love you. Yay. So that's how we do it.
And if our kids were with us or friends were with us, we would, go on to them. Even Hazel with child Kalea, we also do our GWs over Kalea, even though she is still in the womb. It's
Yes.
very important to do that. So good stuff. Powerful. Let me let. Okay.
Okay.
Keep on chat. It's good, baby.
So, again, practical tools, right? It's a practical way that we connect with the Father and connect with ourselves and each other, right? It's our daily flow. What's the matter with her?
I don't know. She looks like she's looking for somebody.
Bones.
All right. So, yeah, confidence, building confidence. I would love to hear your feedback. I mean, we have this whole thing of making decisions and the power of decisions. Can you speak to that a little bit for the men and women out there that hesitate making decisions? That fear holding back, right? We're kind of on that theme. They shrink back. I'd love to hear a woman's perspective, what that means to a woman, what it looks like. Just kind of share a little bit about that.
Well, I think what was it that you said earlier? Doubt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doubt means there's two roads,
Yeah.
right?
Great.
So
The definition.
so we were talking about this earlier, and the definition of doubt means that there's choices, right? So when we, you ever been standing in the middle of a grocery store and you're there for mustard or ketchup, and there's 100 different brands with 100 different ingredients in it, and you kind of like get overwhelmed, like you're just like, well, that's where doubt, you're doubting your decision, you're doubt which one you like. I mean, if you haven't settled on one, then it's like, oh my gosh, like so that's kind of like life when we have these decisions to make, right? That's where doubt comes in. And doubt, I like to call it like the is the land of indecision. It's the desert, if you will, where the lukewarm, right? We've all heard those verses, right? If you're be hot or cold, if you're lukewarm, he'll spit you out, right? Because it's like it's the doubt, it's the indecision, it's the non-commitment, right?
You know what? When I think about how doubt is two roads, it's really crazy because you think about it, even in your own mind, it creates division.
Yeah, for sure.
And what does God hate? God says he hates division.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And the lukewarm, it's like, it's you're not committed to one or the other, right?
When you don't make a decision, you create division. Wow. A decision is something where people can get behind you. You can get behind yourself when you make a decision. You feel more confident.
Well, and why? Okay, let's go back here. Here we go.
It's good, babe.
So, why do we, as a people, have so much doubt? Why is there always two roads in our mind? Well, for those of us who grew up in hardcore religion, the focus is on the tree of right and wrong. Two roads.
Wow. True.
Two roads. The tree of doubt, I'm going to call it the tree of doubt. Okay. Well, we forget that there's the other tree in the garden. It is one road. Life. Okay. So when we have been programmed, indoctrinated, the fear of God has been put in us for this right and wrong. That's when we land in the desert, the land of indecision, the land of lack of commitment, the land of self-doubt, the land of self-sabotage. I don't know if I can do this. I'll make the wrong decision. I'll, what if I marry the wrong person? You guys, we've heard it all. And it all stems from that tree. It all stems from that tree, from the beginning of time. That tree of two roads, the tree of doubt. Right and wrong leads to doubt. How many of you live there? How many of you get stuck there? How many of you spin your freaking wheels over and over and over and over with your self-doubt?
Yeah.
I'm not exempt. I grew up in high control religion too. I am conscious daily to choose the tree of life with my mind, with my heart, with my decisions. What brings life? There's only one road that brings life. When we make a decision, what is going to bring life? What is going to bring life in our communication? What is going to bring life in our family?
It's good. That's so good. So good.
Am I, making sense? Make a comment if you understand what I'm saying.
If you're alive, say hello.
I mean,
Give us a thumbs up, give us a heart.
Seriously, it's like, we talk about it all the time, and it's like this. I feel like, people talk about generational curses all the time, right? Oh, do you believe in generational curses? Here's what I believe. I believe that we have freaking scar tissue because of this tree of right and wrong. I believe that there's something wired in our DNA that is thick freaking scar tissue of doubt. The right and wrong. We're plagued by it. Like plagued. If I think about every single client that I've worked with over the last, forever, we're plagued with the right and wrong.
Yeah.
And that's where the lack of commitment happens. That's where the lack of confidence happens. That's where the lack of communication happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys,
come on.
We're stunted in our communication, in our confidence, in our commitment, because we have so much doubt in ourselves and making decisions. Or we make a decision and then we have the doubt that creeps in after, the buyer's guilt, right? And then we shrink back. We see this cycle all the time. There's a very small percentage that make a decision and freaking go after it. They're choosing the tree of life. They're like, I'm all in. That's a very small percentage of people that are actually willing to do that. It's rare. It's gold. Those are the people that will get the results.
So good.
Those are the people. And not to say that the others won't. It just takes a long time. We have to go around the freaking mulberry bush with the people who have doubt over and over and over and over again. If we could just dig out that scar tissue of the right and wrong tree and focus on the tree of life, man, your whole world would change. Your whole world. I think it's interesting that, just thinking about, when we talk about, being the Amish Matchmakers and, creating a legacy rooted in faith and freedom.
Yes, come on.
That word rooted is the tree of life, okay? The tree of life that brings faith and freedom. That, listen, I know what I believe and why. I know where I'm going and how I'm going to get there.
Come on.
Right? Sometimes we need people to come alongside us to, help us stay on a trajectory that is that one road, that tree of life, the tree of benefit, right? Blessing.
good, man.
I'm fired up.
Fired up, and then fire is getting hotter and hotter, and so is she. I love it when she gets fired. Well, I want to take a minute to invite you to subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our first target's 500. We're almost there. We got 6 new subscribers yesterday. For those who have million subscribers, that's nothing, right? To get 6 in a minute. But for us, it's kind of a big deal. And so I was telling Chantel, I'm going to put a challenge out there. So, we're getting this reputation. We have the reputation of Amish Matchmakers. So I was thinking about, I'm going to shave my mustache because the Amish have that, right? They just have a beard and no mustache. So when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're about halfway there now. I'm going to shave off my mustache live here on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, on our social medias. But I need your help. I need you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. So when we go live and we do epic moments, we do, by the way, we're getting into our routine and our flow. 5 a.m. I meet with the men, and then we have our family time doing our epic 30 together and connecting. And then by about 7:30, people are asking, well, what time do you and Chantel go live? Well, it varies.
Our goal is 7:30, but it could be 7:30 or 8. So just,
between 7:30 and 8. That's why it's good for you to hit subscribe button. There's on YouTube, it's a little bell there. You hit subscribe, and then you say notifications whenever we go live. If you hit the notification bell, it will alert you and let you know when we go live. And that way you don't miss when we drop some nuggets, and you get to see us raw and real here on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And seriously, I'm going to do a live video of me shaving this mustache off. I'm going to look kind of weird. You can kind of make it look Amish style. They were saying, yeah, you got to shave that little thing off and around your lips. And I truthfully think that what happened when some Amish guy got bugged out by his mustache, sometimes it bugs me out when it gets too long. So he made it into a decree that all Amish would do this.
It's his
My
theory.
personal theory.
Yeah.
Because I feel that at times, and it's like cleaner, right? But hey, 1,000 subscribers. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, and you can help us by letting people know, and you can help us, because it's funny, I said this yesterday. I watched, bam, 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 6 people. I had one of our dearest clients and friends go, oh no, I guess I'm not subscribed, sorry. It's just because we talk to them all the time. We connect with them and meet with them constantly. So he's like, oh, I haven't done that. Well, go do it. If you're a friend, if you're close to us and you want to help get our message out, that about living your best life, your epic life, epicing your life, to epic your life, please go to Amish Matchmakers on YouTube. Okay, look it up, Amish Matchmakers. We shifted it.
So he's challenging you, and then he's challenging me with this whole,
I'll probably get some suspenders and do it up. Try to match. And if there's some Amish people out there watching, tell me about that. Tell me what looks Amish. I'll do my best to do it. But I'm definitely going to shave this mustache off when we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So let's do it. Can we reach it before Christmas? I think we can. Look, the bottom line is, if the word got out to the Amish, it would like snowball. I watched some people that Amish people put some music videos out there or music songs, and man, they have 10,000 views overnight. It's crazy. So we could totally do this. 1,000 subscribers. This gets shaved live right in front of all of y'all. So if you want to see that, go like and subscribe on our YouTube channel.
Maybe you should sing Gottes die Liebe.
Gottes die Liebe. I know, probably should learn that song, right? I need to. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. So that was my little commercial break. Also, this Sunday, we've been invited. It's really cool. Excited and grateful that Jesse and Adina Kaufman, who run a school community on school, SKOOL, they run a community called Single to Married.
With a number two.
Single to Married. That's what they're helping people to do. And we're going to go over there, and they've invited us to speak and talk about how we helped him and Adina to get engaged in less than 12 weeks, and how we've helped so many other people. There's a list of them that we've helped to get engaged in less than 12 weeks. So if you want to check that out and you're single, hit them up. Hit us up, and we'll send you the link to go be a part of that webinar on Sunday. We're excited to share the secrets, the goods. We ain't holding nothing back. We're going to give you all the tools, strategies that we can. And it's going to be a fun time. We enjoy that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. So that's my little commercial break. Now, back to this series. So 5 a.m., 7:30, and then Epic Moments. Also on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have a little bit longer session here for these videos and time together. Chantel and I presenting and talking about life and talking about these things. And this theme is loving ourselves and what that does to our confidence. So yeah, just kind of giving you awareness. We usually go about an hour or so here. But if you have questions, if you have comments, please give us feedback. Please make comments. It does matter when you comment. I want to respond to all of them. We're going to read through them all, and we're going to respond and look at them, and we're going to get better at that. Interacting with those of you that interact with us, make time to interact with us. We're going to respond and do our best because we're really grateful.
Because it's funner that way.
It is. It is very funner that way, right?
Very funner.
Very funner. Thank you, Jesse. All right, y'all. So now back to loving ourselves. What are some ways, Chantel, in your experience and understanding, even going back to working with teenagers, you've experienced seeing the lack of loving themselves, right? It shows up in many, many ways. We know it comes from, how they were raised, and things come up. There are areas that we don't love ourselves in, right? Whether it's our body, whether it's our relationships, whether it's our finances, like you can spot it in different areas. And yes, last night I was sharing a little bit. I did a short video about it, and I need to post that, by the way, with the men's call, just talking about different ways, things that I've done and you've witnessed over the years. You've helped me actually to love myself well, speak life over myself, whether it's speaking into the mirror. But what specifically I addressed last night is actions that literally prove that I'm loving myself. I can say it all day long until I actually take action. And some of the things I talked about was my health, going to the chiropractor consistently, getting my hair cut every 2 weeks, and allowing myself to enjoy and hot compress, getting shaved and beard trimmed, and all the things to feel good, look good, and feel confident. That builds confidence. Hiring a trainer. We did that for the last few years, but the last 2 years, very, very, very consistent, 3 times a week. And going to work out. So that's working on my body. Now upgrading, going to do a Spartan race this year, a few of them. Even taking action. We went to Greece. We invested in our relationship and our connection, taking time for us. Adventures. Yeah. Again, there's all these things that prove buying the tractor was a big deal. Like it wasn't for monetary reasons, but yet it does affect my monetary value and who I am. So it affects overall our portfolio. It's so crazy. So I just want you to speak to that, and then maybe give some examples as a woman, what you've done, what you've seen. You see what I mean? Just kind of overall, like real action items that people can make, action steps to prove that they are loving themselves. What are some ways they can do that?
You just kind of gave a whole list.
Sure. And I want you to kind of just go with it.
But when you ask about, the kids at the children's shelter, one of the first things that comes to my mind is their hair care.
Wow.
Working with, a lot of the kids who come in are, Black and severely neglected hair care, right? And one of the first things when I started at the children's shelter that I noticed is that we didn't have anybody who had the skill of taking care of Black hair. And it hurt my heart, and it just kind of it fired me up. So I kind of took that responsibility over, and then became the ambassador for buying the hair products that they need and teaching other staff how to care for their scalp, their hair, because it's a big deal. When we talk about identity, um, hair is a big part of that. You talked about getting haircuts, every couple of weeks, and it does. It does it boosts your confidence when you feel good, when you feel like you look better, you're cleaned up, you're not scraggly. And, there is something tied to that. Now, it's not all like, vanity. It's not all about vanity. It's about self-care. It's about the decision and the act of caring for oneself. Biblically speaking, our body is a temple. How are we taking care of it? What are we feeding it? That's another thing. I have one of my girls. I call them my girls. Who I had at the children's shelter as teens. Man, this kid, she lived off of like McDonald's and donuts, right? She ate terribly. She just wanted nothing but crap when she was there at the children's shelter. And I, took it upon myself to infuse wisdom of, cooking, of health, those kind of things. Um, that this girl now, she was the first. She just had a big celebration. She's the first. She lives in the state of Arizona, and she is the first Black doula in the state of Arizona. She has been on
Wow.
a natural health, wellness, holistic wellness journey since she left the system. She lived with us for a very short time as she was transitioning out of the foster care system. And I am just like, I just get elated
Mhm.
with the way that she has, man, when you talk about family wise, like the worst of the worst, we're talking a family of bloods, the gangbangers, a family that was just violent,
Mm.
violent. Her father was killed, her brother was killed, her mom was in prison when she was in the shelter. I mean, there's so much
Yeah.
toxic traits in that family. And for this girl to take the steps, to make the steps to, even start eating clean, even start, learning, about what maybe her mission in this world is, her passion is. She's now a mom of four, three girls and a stepdaughter. Who is she? I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful family. Like, so when I think about loving yourself and the amount of intentionality it required for her to start, right? Even with her terrible story, even with the family uh curse, if you will,
Mm.
right? Um, that she is now changing generations. She is now serving, giving, blessing others, and teaching others how to love themselves, how to know how to care for their bodies as they're bringing children into this world.
So good.
Like, that is like the epitome of intentional self-love, right? It's all of the things. It's like I said, he talked about your health, your fitness, hiring a trainer, being aware of what you're putting in your mouth. What are you supporting your body with? Like right now, I'm on a journey of self-love on a whole new level because of the shifts in hormones. Like we have to be intentional. If we're not,
It's good.
the default is, we can be destroyed by age. We can just, but if we're intentional, then we can
Good.
support our bodies. That is a form of self-love.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not just outward stuff, it's inside. It's what are we putting in our mind? I actually just recently made a post and I put some of my favorite products on there, right?
Mm.
Those are some ways of self-care for me. The
Yes.
supplements that we take that I give him because he doesn't, pay attention to that. He trusts me.
Yep.
But it's also, it's very intentional. The hair care that I use, is it organic? Is it, what's the pH level? Like those are ways that I am aware of self-care.
Oils.
Yeah, essential oils, Epsom salt bath, right? How am I nurturing my body? It's a hot fire now.
Mhm.
But all of those things make a difference, right? And again, our spiritual health.
Yes.
What are we doing intentionally? We walked you through Epic 30 this morning. And that brings peace of mind. It brings confidence in our spirit, in decision making. The confirmations that we get, I mean, these are all the ways that are practical applications. It's not just throwing something out there. Oh, have faith. What does faith look like? Right?
Just love.
Just love. Like, we have to know how, man, that just got real hot.
Oh yeah. You've toasted me over here.
Yeah. You want to put the screen on for a second? Yeah. So burning up.
Take your sweater off now. Huh?
I can't. So anyways, there's a number of different things and yeah, I'd like to know from you, like, what does self-care look like? What does self-love look like and feel like for you? What are some practical ways that you love yourself, that you are proving that you love yourself, or exercising the muscle that is stronger in loving yourself, right? What muscles are you working? So funny. I was having a conversation with a client yesterday, who's raising a couple of kids. Like, they took on some familial kin, right? That they are, adopting, and so we were working on, some of the behaviors and such. And it was so cute because she had to leave the room to take care of the younger one. And so the 6-year-old was there with me. And we got into some silly songs. And so she was like, the song Itsy Bitsy Spider? And I was like, yeah, do you know how to do it? And so we started doing the Itsy Bitsy Spider. And then she started being silly and making up words and going a whole, just really silly stuff. And she was like, you sing it. And so I made another song up, fully silly, off the wall, talking about chickens and climbing up ladders, but to the Itsy Bitsy Spider song. So we just had a really silly interaction. And so anyways, my client came back in. She's like, what's going on here? And I was like, we're just being silly, and so she the little one gave an example. And so we were like, hey, it's mama's turn. And she looked at me like a deer in the headlights and was like, that's not a muscle that I have worked.
Silly muscle.
The silly muscle. And so
That's awesome.
Here's what we talked about, once the little one wasn't there, was what that looks like. And that's, something that Carlos is brought to my life. He brought the incredible gift of silly to my life. I'm the mom who's like, okay, time to brush your teeth. Let's go. Let's get it, let's get it real good in the back. Let's get it underneath. Nope, you need to do it longer. Okay. I want to make sure that all that stuff is off. Like, I'm that mom, right? Like, I'm not a silly mom. But when Carlos came into our life, and he'd go say with Hazel, especially because Mateo's more silly, not silly like me. More serious. Naturally, right? We have natural gifts and talents, but then we have muscles that we've worked. So, Carlos takes Hazel in the bathroom, and it's like, it's a full on party. It's like, this is a way we brush our teeth, and he's got noises and sounds, and they're excited, and she's happy, and she's brushing her freaking teeth as long as the song is. And I'm like, great. So now I got to sing a song to get her to brush her teeth.
That's real funny.
I mean, that's literally like in the beginning, I was like,
do the song, mommy, do the song.
Shit.
We gotta do the song. We gotta do the song.
It's a muscle that I had to work. And it is a muscle that I still work. She's 17 years old, and we still play and get so silly because of that gift that Carlos taught me through his example, right? Why did I even talk about that?
Well, because you were talking about how the client you were working with and her 6-year-old,
Yeah.
that she's raising up, and how silly she was. And then she came back and she was like deer in the headlights, didn't know how to be silly. Yeah.
But why was I talking about? What did that have to do with self-love? Sorry, guys. I totally got
Just
squirreled.
working a muscle, being willing to do something new, to love yourself and love others,
Yeah.
learn something new. I don't know.
Totally a brain fart.
So did she end up being silly? The client that wasn't
No, but
used to the
she
new muscle. She
no,
tried
but
it,
she
did it.
will. She will. And we talked about, even creating space for silly time,
Yeah,
right?
so good.
Creating space, because kids need that. If our kids are just, fully serious and we're expecting, the straight behavior, and listen, I know I'm preaching to the choir, y'all Amish, y'all can sit and listen to a sermon for 5 hours on a hard bench and not think twice about it. But that is not natural. It is not
discipline.
natural. It is a discipline, and it was forced onto you, right? Yes, it's beneficial when Carlos opens the fire hydrant and wants to talk to you for hours, but at the same time, as a child, part of the natural growth cycles is to be silly.
Yeah.
It's that creative, is that play. That is healthy for children. It's necessary for children. And so that was, part of the conversation, was creating space and time for the silly, right? And it's a point of connection. That was a point of connection for me and the 6-year-old girl. It was, because she has experienced me in my home, cleaning up, more of a structure, giving wisdom on how to manage behaviors. And she gets to be silly with me. She has a point of connection that, oh, Chantel can be really silly too, right? So I just wanted to, I don't know why I even brought that up, because it has nothing to do with self-love really, but someone needed to hear it.
Well, I think, are you willing to do new things like your culture? I think it is very much so tied to self-love, because if you're raised in a certain culture, you don't think that's love. Just like we have recognized and realized, and our understanding too, what is love? Well, the culture that we work with, the Amish and the Mennonites, they don't see words of affirmation, affection, love, and affection, and quality time as necessarily love languages, or as things that they're
We need to get ready
good at, right? Yeah. But they see love as 2 other things, right? The 2 other things is acts of service and gifts. They're really good at those. And I love the 5 love languages, because we can identify specific areas of our life that are beneficial to have. But we believe in the holistic love that you should be working on, that it is beneficial to work on all 5 love languages.
They all matter.
Yes. And so we see that. So then again, if my culture teaches me I must be serious, stoic, and humble, and silly may not be seen as that. So to love yourself is to stretch yourself and say, I'm going to try something new that works a muscle, but that it actually shows love to that child too. That's another big thing.
Yeah.
You're loving them where they are and what they like.
Yeah.
Their personality and their fun and adventure.
And that's, we talk about getting down to their eye level, and it's the same thing. It's that point of connection, right? To cause them to feel safe.
That's right.
Right? So
yeah, the action is more showing more love than the actual words.
And listen, if
but
you're
the words matter too. I love you matters.
yes.
Yes.
If you're an adult who didn't have the opportunity to be silly, I want to invite you to exercise that muscle, to, embrace moments of just plain silly. I was telling her also about, something that Carlos and Hazel used to do, kind of along the lines of this song that we were doing. They used to have this peculiar poetry. And it made 0 sense, guys. It was like, you had to
We still have it.
They still do it, and they will just laugh and laugh and laugh. but they take random words and put them together
that have no, they're not allowed to have any kind of association to each other.
So weird. But they
Like you
had
couldn't
for
say
years.
fish and water in the same next to each other because fish is associated with water. Yeah, you just have to make up random stuff, and it has to not make sense. That's what peculiar poetry is.
Yeah.
That's our peculiar poetry. Also, troll guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Troll guy.
All the silly.
Hazel named it, our imaginary friend. And she would play, throw him up in the air, and I would just
His 2 fingers.
She loved it. She loved it. It was fun. And ready for mini-me.
Yeah.
Leia to come forth in May so we can enjoy, have some fun with her too, that little bundle of joy.
Yes. Anyways, we appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your feedback. It
matters.
It matters. Yeah.
And you make a difference when you subscribe. You make a difference when you share it. You make a difference when you comment. And one last thing I want to say. Yeah, it's time for us for our next appointment.
I know, andale.
Yeah. Is orphans. I just want to mention real quick because on Christmas Day, I'm going to be flying to California and then going into Mexico. We usually do it together. This year, we know it's best. Chantel wants to be purposeful with her time with mom in between Christmas and New Year's. I want to be purposeful with my time in Mexico, spending time with some of our clients and orphans, the orphans that we love and support with Lupe and Choyita running the orphanage there. And I want to invite you to join us in that, in the support, join us in financially. They could use funds. We've got a project. We want to build out a laundry room for them. They always have things we can do to improve. And again, they're not funded by the government, just so you know. Mexico doesn't work that way. Mexico gives them some food, but they don't fund them. So we're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk more about that even tomorrow. But I want to invite you to be a part of it. We have a link where you can donate. And there's many ways that you can help, and we can give you a list. We can go through that stuff. But we're very passionate about this. Will you join us? It makes a difference, especially during this holiday season. That's why I love being there during this time to spend with them. And I'm going to capture some live videos while I'm there this year of the time there. And I'm going to get laser focused too while I'm there. I'm going to be doing some work on getting everything updated for our community and for what we're doing in our business and expansion and growth. And it's pretty powerful. We're excited for that. So God bless you. We are the Amish Matchmakers.
Yes. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.